Hey, hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, let's jump on into a love tarot story. All right. I will I'll mention I have no idea why, but like many Richard Marx songs are going through my head right now. I have not heard him or listened to him in forever. So, and there's one that I can't grasp in my mind's eye here that keeps trying to come through. And I can't think of what it is, but the other one is Endless Summer Nights keeps coming into my head. All right. Hi, guys. AJSRVIM, Sunshine, Denisa, Miss Xmas. Hi, babe. Rachel, Flory, Robin, Kristen, Anthony. Thanks for being here, you guys. So, for the topic of love, we are starting out with a Three of Wands moving to the Queen of Cups. Speaking of moving, somebody could be flying, traveling, looking at flights, trapped at an airport, waiting for a flight. We see her waiting. We see her waiting. There is something going on where I don't know that we have love in the air just yet, but we do have a lead character right now that could be a water sign who is waiting for, I'll say, departure. She could have a Spanish background, and I only say that because this has a very Spanish, like her attire makes me think of a flamenco dancer. Maybe she's danced, maybe she's done flamenco, or perhaps as completely and utterly irrelevant. Maybe there's something about her having a red rose in her hair, or a flash of red. Maybe she like accessorizes really nicely. Okay, we have the blank card and we have the Six of Pentacles sideways. What I can't figure out is she's sitting here very thoughtful, right? Contemplative, side profile, and both of these. I'm wondering if we have a divine feminine who is thinking, like, as she's traveling, maybe going to see other people, maybe doing other things that she needs to do, possibly around the holidays. This could be holiday travel coming up. And she's wondering, I wonder if they think of me. I wonder if they imagine what it would be like, if we were together. I wonder if they remember okay, maybe that's why I had Endless Summer Nights in my head. But then there was some other Richard Marx song that was also trying to bust in my head. And it was one of the more mournful ones. And I can't think, not Angelia, something else. And I can't picture what the song was, or I can't get the lyrics. I can only hear the tune. But Endless Summer Nights is all about like remembering those endless summer nights. So it could be that that's why that popped into my head, because it does seem like she's like sitting at an airport waiting. Maybe she's having a deja vu. Like I remember one time when I traveled to go see him, or I was there at the airport to pick him up. I remember, I don't know if they went gold panning together for fun, but these are gold panners. Also, sometimes I just think of like, those nuggets of joyful memories that are stored in our memory bank. But she's definitely wondering, I wonder, does he think of me? I wonder, does he remember this also? This could be a very timely like memory that pops into her mind. Let's see. What do we have? Empress, Ace of Cups. So with Empress and Ace of Cups, there's definitely a memory going on of like somebody came to visit me back when we were in love. This was an amazing connection. But I'm not sure if this is all still our Queen of Wands remembering this, or if this is the other person now, because we have the blank card where it's identical on both sides. We know we're talking about two people. That combined with that Six of Pentacles, and normally I look at this as shared energy. So I'm leaning towards saying whoever they may be, oh God, yeah, they have the same memories. I remember coming home to you, or I remember knocking on the door. I remember coming to your house. You were my lady. You were my lover. You were my empress. Now, this could be a same-sex couple, reverse gender roles. We have a couple different scenarios being displayed here. I never care about genders anyway in my stories. But for right now, I'm going to say that we have a Queen of Cups. And now I want to, for clarity's sake, ask about the other person so I make sure I'm clear on this. Other person, are you thinking about her? Is that you thinking of the Ace of Cups and the Empress? Four of Wands. Hell yes. Okay. Definitely could be same-sex couple. Now, this says these two were either married or they imagined being married to her at some point. They imagined like having holidays together. They imagined traveling together. Maybe there was effort at one point going to be put in where it was like, I'm going to travel to see you, babe. I'm on my way to you. I don't know if that trip ever occurred. Did that trip ever happen? We have High Priestess. Did it happen in their minds? It did, but that's all 5D, not 3D. 10 of Cups, the world, it would have, if it had happened, it would have represented this brand new beginning for them. It would have been so lovely. So this is more like characters that are longing and thinking about, if only I had traveled to get to you. I remember when that was going to happen. Okay, unless, and let me just clarify, is this memories of the past of something that didn't happen but what it could have meant? Or is this actually upcoming? Because I could be reading this all wrong, in all fairness. Let's, no, that deck will be too, it wouldn't be fair. This deck, I have one deck that has too many indicators of past stuff to be fair. So I need something that doesn't, sway us one direction or another. The Devil, the King of Wands. Hang on, I need to go one more time because right now I'm thinking that this is like what could have been, only because he's seeing without actually having eyes. So I don't think it's what's going on. I feel like it's an obsessive thought about what could have been. Like that was such a moment. If only you would come to see me, if only we had arranged it. I really wanted you to be in my life. I really wanted to have this. It would have been a new start for us. You would have come into my world, or I would have traveled to see you. You would have picked me up at the airport. I would have, both people are just thinking about what, like the opportunity that I think slipped away. But let me double check, because that looks like anytime we see something without seeing it, it's in our mind's eye. And when we couple it again with the world is about new beginnings. It's about endings of cycles, beginnings of new ones. I kind of think this is the opportunity that wasn't taken. So I think at some point in time, two people had plans. They had plans to travel, to be together, and they both knew, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. We're going to be so happy together. This is going to represent us having a new start. So this could have been two people that had a love story. Maybe they had difficulties. Maybe they broke apart. Maybe it was long distance. Maybe there was, stress. Then it was like, no, let's save this. I'm going to come see you. I can't wait to see you. Both people were like so on board with it. And they both sensed like, this is going to be it. This is going to be us. This is going to be us making it now. And with that Four of Wands, and I know we haven't given the other character a name yet, but they thought, I almost wonder, were they like, I'm just going to go ahead and propose. When she gets here, when she travels to see me, I'm going to go ahead and propose. You know what? I want this thing dialed in. I want it locked in. And yet, let me see what happened, because did something go wrong? They both had so much, riding on this. They had so much that they thought about, but didn't discuss about what this could mean for the two of them. And now there's this obsessive thought about, like, I think the road not taken, but the road that could still be taken and could still yield those same results. Whatever happened in the past, we have Four of Swords, which is silence, and we have the Sun. This could be somebody saying, but what became clear is these were only thoughts up here. So was this all daydreaming? Was this the road that never was taken? Is that why we saw it as a 5D? The energy where two people think about this. They think about what they could have had. They think about what, if only I had taken that action. And maybe this is also still current, because with that World card, it's a really hard one for me to peg. And if we're talking about two people that are sharing the same thought process, where they're like, why didn't we just reach out to each other some time ago? All I wanted was, if we could have just seen each other, if we could have just been in each other's spaces, if we had just traveled to each other and just totally gone all in, we could have salvaged this connection. Instead, we thought about it and it didn't take that action. And now we're obsessively still thinking about it, because this is still the action that never, was taken. So therefore it's a timeline that still exists that we've just never walked down. And I would say two people just wish, sometimes it's like throw caution to the wind and just freaking go for it. It almost feels like two people are on the same page. I just wish that, I just closed my eyes and just leaped. I should have done it a long time ago. I still wish that I had. This could have changed everything. No, I should change decks, and I should ask for each person. Queen of, hang on, the whole deck is collapsing. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, what do you want at this point? Ace of Wands. I want it. I want it. I want it. Hi, guys. Great to see everybody. I want it. Still, it's very clear. And here we go with the flying. And remember, she was the one at the airport at the beginning, right? She's standing here at the airport. She's sitting at the airport, or she's sitting there, not at an airport, maybe a ferry. But she's just sitting there thinking about the road that she would still like to take. So this is very much a storyline about the timelines, you know? All right, let's change decks and ask them. And also, I need to get a name for them. Who are you, character? Can I first ask you that? Who are you? Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so they could be possibly an earth sign, but they are somebody who talk about slow percolating coffee over here. They have been, waking up slow, thinking about this slowly, consistently. Okay, so hang on. Where are you at right now? Because it looks like you are every bit as, focused on the thought, like, I want to marry her. That's what should have happened a long time ago. Is this the road that you still wish you had taken? The road that you still want to take? We have the star sideways. Again, there's this energy of distance, although that distance has been shrunken. There is the energy of that is my wish fulfillment. That is also my North Star. That is a direction. And remember, they move real slow. I'm going to say that this is a timeline that both of them knew existed. I think that the Queen of Cups was more ready once upon a time. She was more ready to hop on a plane, fly wherever she needed to fly, get to be with them, and let's just do this thing. I think they were also saying, I mean, this is the person I want to marry. But maybe they were saying, that's why I think about this, and I know that this is the way it has to go. If she flies to me, if I fly to her, if we do this, we got to go all in, because there's no takesy backsies here. And maybe that's why it's like that has to all play out at the right time, because this is too serious and too real. Maybe these two like live in different parts of the world, so it's like a tremendous effort. Like if I'm flying to another country, it takes a lot of money and time and everything to do that. So then I would want to stay for a period of time. And then it's like, we just need to go ahead and make this for real. Let's just, get the visa. Let's stay. Let's get married. Let's just bypass a whole bunch of other steps and get to, we're doing this. We're going to give each other the best shot we've got at really making it successful. And I'm wondering if our Knight of Pentacles, not that he was ever less serious. In fact, he's the one bringing up marriage before she is, in his mind, knowing this is how serious and real this connection is going to be. But for something that real, is it the right time? So the timeline's there. The action was not taken at some point in the past because of the gravity of what it means. When we do this, there's no going back. At this point, it's like, this is evermore the timeline that I want. This is the wish come true. This is also her wish. It feels like two people are on the same page at this point in particular, although indeed he moved very slow. So let me ask this. Are you like in communication with our Queen of Cups at this point? Queen of Swords sideways. So we already know that they're on the same wavelength, but this should be verbal communication. This is also thoughts, though. And right now, I think that they're only connected in the thoughts, because this card is not upright. It's not like, yes, I've spoken to her, I've said this. This is more like their thoughts are being transmitted to her and vice versa. Are these two even still together right now? Or are they completely, separately or something? Oh, no. Guys, are things freezing up? Oh no, I hope not. So sorry, everybody. Okay, so just a few of you are having some problems with it. Okay. AJ, I hear you, babe. So are these two together at this point in time, or have they been apart? Because my impression is that these two were together, had this plan to like reconcile or really, fly to be together, but that would have meant this whole really serious thing. Then that didn't happen. They didn't have that conversation. Time has elapsed. That timeline still exists. It's something they still want. And now we're revving up for it. But when I got to double check and see if I'm reading this properly. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 6 of Wands. And we have the 9 of Swords. When I say, have these two actually been together all this time, or have they been in separation? This is blockages. This is, I don't know. I feel like these two had other things to accomplish before they lock it down. Some of it has to do with like gaining a level of like success or respect within a community or personal achievement. And that was a very big stressor. I don't know if somebody like said, I have to first, get myself to a different place in my career path so that then I have like, let's say, more flexibility, or I have more leave time, or so that I feel better about myself. Something here says there was a blockage, and the blockage had to do with one of the two of them. And I'm leaning more toward it being possibly that Knight of Pentacles, who had to get to a level of personal achievement. Because this can be, I have to feel successful. I have to. I almost think there was never a question mark about how important this connection is, or about the fact that these two want to throw their lot in together. But the timeline of when this was going to happen was always the thing that was like, not yet, not yet, not yet, even though there's a strong desire to go down this timeline. So is it the right timeline now? I mean, why are these two bringing all this back to the surface, right? They're both on the exact same page. I remember we were going to do this. I remember, and I'm thinking about this, and frankly, I still want this, at least on behalf of the Queen of Cups, and they clearly feel the exact same way, I think, right? Is that what you want too? Are you in the exact same phase? We saw that already here. 7 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, 6 of Swords. They're doing that energetic thing where they're asking themselves, have I accomplished enough? I always think of this as like a gigantic abacus or something, where they're doing math, they're doing the math in their head, they're analyzing stuff, and they're trying to figure out, okay, have I moved into calmer waters? Is my life like conducive to marrying my Empress? And is it? Are you there? We got the Death card. That's a pretty good indicator that something's changed in a big way in their life. So is this happening now? 3 of Wands. In the not too distant future, we have a flight again. This bird carries a passport, or carries a ticket, or carries, maybe it's all they're going to be bringing with them. Maybe it's just carry on. But we have a flight again. So I would say, and I usually look at this as 3 days to 3 months. So yeah, it's happening. Holy smokes. These two are going to end up together for the real deal. I'm not even going to ask, are they going to have problems? Are they going to have this? Are they going to have that? That's not where the storyline is focused. It's focused on the road that wasn't taken, not because it wasn't still intended to be taken, but because the timing was wrong. And it's like, they've both been very aware that this was a, missed opportunity. All right. I'm going to leave this one here. Silver linings. Have a safe flight, babe. AJSRBIM. Hi, babe. Empress Unicorn 111. Chrissy. Thanks so much, everyone. Really good to see you guys. Shalita in Chicago. Thank you, babe. All right, you guys, I have to bounce out of here or this video won't process. Yes, I'm still struggling with that, AKA the Capricorn video of yesterday. Love you guys. I'm so sorry. And I just grayed out the entire chat, so now I can't click on it at all. Love you guys. I'm sorry about these glitches we still have. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye for now.